Chief Financial Officer CFO. What is a CFO? Chief Financial Officer XPLAINED. CFO equals Chief Financial Officer. What does a CFO do? A CFO is the highest-ranking executive responsible for managing a company's financial health. Their role goes far beyond bookkeeping. They are at the heart of strategic decision-making. Key responsibilities include overseeing financial reporting, revenues, expenses, profit and loss, managing budgets, and cash flow, contributing to investment decisions like acquisitions or expansion, advising the CEO and board on financial strategy, letting risk management and tax planning. We are CFOs important. A company's survival, growth, and reputation with investors often depend on the CFO's financial leadership. CFOs can rescue companies during economic crises, multiply company value through smart financial strategy, protect against legal and financial risks. Where do CFOs work? You'll find CFOs at large multinational corporations, tech giants like Apple, Google, Microsoft, financial institutions like banks and investment firms, startups, and publicly traded companies. Fun fact: many of today's CEOs were once CFOs. Why? Because CFOs combine strategic thinking, financial intelligence, and leadership skills, the exact traits needed to lead an entire company. Who is the woman who saved a $1.2 trillion crisis with just one signature? Or the quiet architect managing Apple's $100 billion cash mountain? Today, I'll introduce you to the hidden heroes of the global economy, the most influential CFOs in history. In 2008, as the world teetered on the edge of financial collapse, one man stepped in to rescue AIG for just $1 in salary. A woman who financed the AI revolution, a visionary who turned Amazon's IPO into a Harvard MBA, all without finishing high school. These are the power players shaping the finance world. They don't stand in the spotlight or walk the red carpet, but their decisions affect millions of lives. From Tesla's highest-paid CFO to the financial brain behind Google's moonshot projects, today, you'll meet the real power behind the scenes in every modern company's success. There's a role as critical as the CEO, the CFO. While Colette Kress helped grow NVIDIA from $500 billion to $3 trillion, Ruth Brought transformed Google's wild ideas into profitable ventures. This video breaks down the strategies of 15 game-changing CFOs. One of the most prestigious roles in finance, Chief Financial Officer. Amy had led Microsoft into the cloud era, while Luca Maestri turned Apple's cash management into a masterpiece. What strategic lessons can we learn from their careers? One decision they make can change the fate of a company. A single signature can trigger billion-dollar moves. So, who are these hidden powerhouses? Meet the 15 most influential CFOs of the modern era and how they're shaping the world. Amy Hood, Microsoft tenure, 2013 present achievement. As the CFO who financed Azure and cloud growth, she grew Microsoft's market capitalization to $1 trillion. Moves shifted CapEx spending to the cloud. Optimized share buybacks to increase shareholder returns. Inspiration blended financial engineering with growth innovation. Quote, the CFO's job isn't just to tell the past, it's to finance the future. Voiceover, Amy Hood has become one of Microsoft's new age architects. Richard Galani, Co-Scodenor, 1993-0 for key achievement, longest-serving CFO in Fortune 500. Strategic moves, maintain low-cost, high-volume retail model, focused on cash flow and investor trust. Inspiration, quiet leadership rooted in consistency. Guided Costco through crisis with stability. Quote, at Costco, trust comes before Excel. Voiceover, Galani proved that consistency builds giants. Vaibhav Taneja, Tesla tenure, 2023, present key achievement. $139 million compensation, highest paid CFO in recent years. Strategic moves led AI-driven financial systems. Asterisk, built global tax and liquidity strategies. Inspiration from India to Silicon Valley's elite, balanced Elon Musk's dynamic leadership. Quote, the data speaks, the CFO listens. Voiceover, Taneja is the quiet mind behind billion-dollar decisions. Judy Lewin, Merck tenure, 1990-007 key achievement. Introduced Monte Carlo simulations to pharma finance. Strategic moves, applied modeling to R&D strategy. Managed risk with scientific precision. Inspiration, bridged academia and corporate finance. Quote, if the future is unpredictable, simulate it. Voiceover, she brought strategy to science. Joy Covey, Amazon tenure, 1996-2000 key achievement, led Amazon's IPO and financial vision. Strategic moves, sold scale now, profit later strategy, built early financial architecture. Inspiration, from high school dropout to Harvard MBA. Quote, the dreams were big, but the cash flow was bigger. Voiceover, Joy Covey was the original CFO of the digital age. Ed Liddy, AIG, Allstate, Sir Stenier, CFO at Sears 1990s, CEO at Allstate, interim CEO at AIG during the 2008 financial crisis. Achievement, took over as AIG CEO during the 2008 financial meltdown and managed $1.2 trillion in liabilities. Strategic moves, reorganized AIG's global assets to meet bailout conditions, negotiated with the U.S. Treasury to avoid systemic collapse. Inspiring aspects, took leadership during the most dangerous moment in modern financial history, voluntarily accepted $1 salary to serve during crisis. Visual suggestion, a tense boardroom during 2008 at Liddy with government officials and charts. Quote, you don't rebuild trust with words, you do it with numbers. Voiceover style line, while the world panicked, he negotiated. Ed Liddy didn't run from the fire, he entered it to save the system. Larry Zimmerman, Xerox tenure, CFO from 2002 to 2005, key achievement, restored Xerox's finances after a $6 billion accounting scandal. Strategic moves, simplified reporting, and built transparent control systems, shifted Xerox from hardware-heavy to service-oriented model. Inspiring aspects, left IBM to take on one of the most challenging CFO jobs. Proven belief, turnaround starts with clean books. Visual suggestion, Larry in front of a whiteboard explaining cost structures to teams. Quote, accountability is the first product we must sell. Voiceover style line, Xerox was bleeding. Zimmerman gave it transfusion through clean accounting and strategy. Bob Swan, eBay, Intel tenure, CFO of eBay 2006 to 2015. Then Intel CFO and CEO key achievement led eBay's strategic PayPal spinoff. And Intel's financial transformation. Strategic moves created standalone financial identity for PayPal before IPO, restructured Intel's capex during semiconductor supply chain chaos. Inspiring aspects from finance to CEO, led during transition periods in both tech giants. Visual suggestion, Bob at a tech conference stage with Intel and eBay logos in background. Quote, a great CFO doesn't just track performance, they create it. Voiceover style line, Bob Swan isn't just a numbers guy, he's a transition architect from eBay to Intel. He reshaped financial DNA. William A.G., Bendix Corporation tenure, CFO turned CEO at Bendix in late 1970s, key achievement. Increased profits by 136% through aggressive M&A before age 40. Strategic moves turned industrial finance into a battlefield for corporate control, led hostile takeover attempts and strategic acquisitions. Inspiring aspects, Wall Street called them Boy Wonder for a reason. Blended aggression with analysis in M&A warfare. Visual suggestion, 1970s style office. AG pointing at acquisition charts with urgency. Quote, being CFO is like being in war, only the currency is trust. Voiceover style line, AG didn't just make deals, he declared wars, and often he won. Carol Tome, Home Depot Nor, CFO from 2001 to 2019, key achievement. Led Home Depot through the 2008 crisis and later became CEO of UPS. Strategic moves built investor communication around storytelling and empathy, increased Home Depot's dividend payouts while reducing debt. Inspiring aspects, one of the first CFOs to treat earnings calls as performance art. Champion of diversity in executive finance. Roles. Visual suggestion, Carol standing in a Home Depot store with blueprint scrolls and workers. Quote, numbers are important, but how we tell their story matters more. Voiceover style line, Carol Tome didn't just crunch numbers, she turned them into narratives, and narratives into trust. Amy Hood, Microsoft tenure, 2013 present achievement. As the CFO who financed Azure and cloud growth, she grew Microsoft's market capitalization to $1 trillion. Moves shifted capex spending to the cloud. Optimized share buybacks to increase shareholder returns. Inspiration blended financial engineering with growth innovation. Quote, the CFO's job isn't just to tell the past, it's to finance the future. Voiceover, Amy Hood has become one of Microsoft's new age architects. David Wenner, Mina Facebook tenure, 2014-2020 to achievement, funded Facebook's metaverse vision by increasing R&D spending by 150%. Actions transformed digital infrastructure by increasing capex investments, optimized 70% of digital ad revenue. Inspiration, visionary technology CFO. Quote, finance isn't just about numbers, it's about strategic direction. Voiceover, Warner took risks and wrote the budget for the new world. Luca Maestri, Apple tenure, 2014 present achievement, transformed Apple's cash management into the most efficient balance sheet in history. Moves, $100 billion share buyback program. Global tax optimization strategies. Inspiration, leader who evolved from CFO to global architect. Quote, Apple's strength is discipline before innovation. Voiceover, Maestri is Apple's silent architect. Ruth Borak, Google Alphabet tenure, 2015 present achievement, managed Google's wild projects Waymo, Verily, X by grounding them in sound financial models. Actions, bound moonshot projects like Google X within a financially measurable framework. Applied strategic budgets to projects outside the revenue base. Inspiration, the strategic CFO profile of the tech age. Quote, navigating uncertainty is the new definition of a CFO. Voiceover, Borat build a bridge between fantasy and reality. Saffrikatz, Oracle tenure, CFO 2005 to 2011. CEO 2014 present achievement, transformed Oracle into a massive enterprise software powerhouse by acquiring over 100 companies. Actions, financed and managed M&A processes, implemented operational restructurings to increase margins. Inspiration exemplifies the transition from CFO to empire-running CEO. Quote, behind every great growth lies an unseen strategy. Voiceover, Katz is Oracle's manifesto for growth through acquisition. In this video, we've highlighted the 15 most influential CFOs in the world. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be on that list too.